Day 5, the West Highland Way, and I am on my way. It is, I think it's just gone 7 o'clock. I've pitched up down there. Just filled the water bottles up and heading off. So the next stop will be Kinloch Lever, up the Devil's Staircase. Hoping to be in Kinloch Lever for at least lunchtime, get some food. Tea up and then head out of Kinloch Lever, and should be able to complete most of it today. I don't want to get all the way to Fort William, so the plan is to stop just shy of Fort William, and then some more walking in the morning. That's the plan. Just managed to get packed up before the rain started, so that's good. Happy about that. It's just started to get to 5 o'clock this evening. To moderate rain. That's been pretty much the theme since Saturday. Light to moderate to heavy. Just wet in general. Someone's pitched up over there. Like I said, just bear that in mind. It does say no camping, but I did go in and check that they don't allow camping to the left of the bridge, which is understandable. But they do allow camping to the right. There's some nice little spots there just behind the blustery. See him get so iconic for this setting here. I think it's going to be very cold and not great visibility when I get to the top of the Devil's Staircase, unfortunately. Last year I had an incredible view. It was just panoramic view. It was beautiful, absolutely stunning. And yeah, this time around it's going to be very, very different. White cottage. signifies one thing: the devil's underworld. starts the slog. So see you guys at the top. That's the Devil's Staircase done. That's looking back on Glencoe. There's lots of snow still on the ground up here. It's quite high elevation, over 3,000 feet. Yep, slow and steady, head down, dig deep, push through. Yeah, last year when I got to the top of it, it was packed full of people, tons of people, all taking photographs. Not a single person up very, very different scenes. And this bit now, the descent into Kinloch Leven, is what absolutely destroyed my knee last year. The patella. I was in agony with it. Every step going down after that. It's a killer. So yeah, second time on the West Highland Way. Both times I've not been injury free. Yeah, I don't know why I'm laughing at that, but I don't know if there'll be a third time. Who knows? Never say never. It is an incredible journey, regardless. It's just the physical exertion and the reward you get from that. Amazing. But it's very much eat, sleep, hike, repeat for day after day after day after day. Depending on how many days you want to do it in, of course. And how many hours daylight you've got, and how far you want to walk each day. You know what? I always planned on doing at least 20 miles a day. That was my aim. And that was just going off kind of what I did last year. Some days were a little bit more, some days were a little bit less. But I averaged 20 miles a day. It's nice having all this to myself. And of course there'll be people setting off from Kinloch Leven this morning on their final stretch of the West Highland Way into Fort William, which takes at a steady pace 6-8 hours, something like that. It is a bit of a slog, especially just getting out of Kinloch Leven. It's a proper good climb out. So that's the last big climb to do today. different to last year. Visibility's not great, but it's not as bad as I expected it to be. To be fair, you can still see a couple of 3 miles, something like that, over the lock there. Still, nowhere near as good as last year. It was crystal clear last year. If you haven't seen it, check out my videos from last year. And you'll see it was a completely different experience to this, weather-wise, certainly. Still beautiful because it's just, it's very when it's like this, a bit claggy, it's really moody, isn't it? Put my poncho on. I don't know why I've not worn this more, to be fair. I put it on because the jacket's just completely wet through, wet right through. It's starting to get cold, so I'll just put this on. Like I said, no idea why I've not worn this more. They kept the water off my bag as well. I mean, everything inside is in waterproof bags, but the bag itself's not waterproof. Last year, I think I just got to this point, maybe a little bit further, and there was a military plane. It just skimmed the side of the mountain there, working its way around. Incredible. The camera just about picked it up. Flying quite low, to be fair. I'd say it was probably sort of that level of the mountain. Skimming right through the valley. Sheltered spot here. The wind's out at the top. Really strong driving rain off the tops of the mountains. Beautiful scenes over there, eh? So look at that waterfall just cascading down. Spectacular. And you can just about see it here. Hear the wind howling over the top. Just driving that rain this way. Up. I made it into Kinloch-Leven. Just stocked up in the co-op, some lunch and some tea for later on. What time is it now? It is 11:37. I'm just going to get this climb done and then stop somewhere, put the poncho over me, have a bite to eat, and then carry on. It is drizzling quite a bit, which the camera doesn't really pick up, but yeah, that's the plan at the moment. Let's see where we get to. Oh my goodness. Well, from leaving Kinloch-Leven, the heavens absolutely opened, absolutely hammering it down. I am completely and utterly wet through, freezing cold. It's just this minute eased off. Sorry, to a very light drizzle. But, and the paths, there are no paths. They're just like walking upstream of a river. Oh my god, absolutely horrendous. Yeah, so every part of me is completely and utterly wet through. I'm freezing cold, and I think I'm about 5 miles off Fort William. I wasn't planning on finishing it, but I think I just need to get it done. Try and book a room somewhere, because I'm freezing, and the last thing on my mind is putting that tent up again. No. And I just got out of the big climb of Kinloch-Leven, and my knee went again. Back to square one. So I had to rummage, find some paracetamol and ibuprofen quick, and throw them down my throat, just so I could carry on. To say that this West Highland Way adventure has been hard is an absolute understatement. Every step of the way, battered by the weather, pulled down by my knee. Yeah, this has been hands down the hardest thing I have ever done. By a mile. Oh god. And I have not eaten anything yet. I got some lunch and stuff. It's 2:20. The weather's just been too bad. It's still raining. I just can't. I can't stop somewhere, and so I'm running on an empty tank completely. Which I know is daft, but you know, when you just you know, you've just got to keep on going. You've got to find some grit somewhere, dig deep and just keep pushing. But I am absolutely shattered. Absolutely shattered. This has definitely been a testing adventure. Well, as you can see, we had another change of plan and did decide to camp up in the end. I'm about 6 miles from Fort William, something like that. I was just exhausted, absolutely wet through, freezing cold. It was a real challenge to put this tent up when I couldn't feel my fingers. I couldn't even push the clips on my bag. I was having to use both of my hands. Yeah, changed, warm, dry. I'm definitely gonna have some food now. I know I could have finished it. I definitely could have finished it. I could have powered on and finished it, but it'd have meant paying for a hotel room. And I thought, do you know what? I've just seen this little spot here. It's not perfectly flat. It's not amazing. But I thought, do you know what? That'll do. Chucked my bag down, pitched it up quick and chucked myself and all my gear in. Yeah, I was just glad to take my boots off and the wet clothes, and yeah, I just had enough. I was just tired. So I'm gonna have a well-deserved bit of food, a nice cup of coffee, and get all my gear set up. So I'll catch you guys in the morning. Good morning. Day 6. And literally just left where I was camped last night. It's 6:30 and on the final stretch, the last leg, my last leg. It was it's a very cold morning, really frosty, but beautiful morning. Absolutely gorgeous morning to wake up to on the last day, which is fantastic. And just look at this. This is the path. They're just like rivers. Like yesterday, it was just like walking upstream of a river. Yeah, it got well below freezing last night into the early hours. I woke up at about 2:30. A bit cold. So that was really pushing the boundaries, pushing the limits of my sleep system. But cinched everything up. I was fine. And we've got a river crossing. So, yeah, look at, it's a proper good frost this morning. Proper beautiful morning. Love it. I'll have to put you away while I try and cross this. I don't particularly want to travel all day with wet feet, even though my boots are still wet, my bag's still wet, but yeah. You've got to enjoy the ambience, haven't you? The ambience. Love hiking first thing in the morning like this. just as the sun's coming up. Yeah, proper nice way to finish this after such a tough few days. I couldn't think of a better way to finish it. What a privilege. What a privilege. What a way to end this amazing adventure on a morning like this. Oh, what a day to be alive. It's making me feel quite emotional, to be honest. Amazing. Ben Nevis over there. Oh man. Oh. Incredible, man. Incredible. The colour of the sky. Look at that. To think I was going to complete the hike yesterday and stay in Fort William overnight. I'd have missed all this. Wow. I'm so glad I didn't. So glad I stayed there. Because what a beautiful morning this is. I don't know why that's so pleasurable. It just isn't. It's like popping bubble wrap. No one knows why it's so pleasurable. It just is. Got a little bit of cloud inversion just over the tops of the trees. Wow. You know, my boots might be wet, my feet might be sore, but my soul is full of goodness. Because this really is food for the soul. And you know something else? If I had to go through all that again, just for this morning, if this is the reward, then I'd do it all again. Because what an absolute beautiful morning it is. Absolutely incredible morning to be out. Absolute privilege. Morning. Someone else out hiking, enjoying this gorgeous morning. I can't blame them. I just hope everybody setting off from Kinloch leaving this morning got a really good early start so they can experience this. You know, as this hike's drawing to a close, you know, it's like you get mixed emotions. You're glad it's over, you're glad you've made it, and then you're sad at the same time that it's over. It's like very bittersweet. Sheep. Funny, aren't they, sheep? They just stop and stare at you like you've caught them doing something wrong. There she is in all her magnificent glory. Big Ben. down there in the distance. Beautiful, eh? Is there a better way to finish this hike? Oh man, it's just amazing. What an incredible morning. So privileged. Sun, warm. Well, it's not warm. It's actually quite cold. It's quite nippy. My hands are cold anyway. What a gorgeous morning. What a gorgeous, gorgeous morning. The sun's shining. Sunshine. Ah. Get the frost. The warmth of the sun. Ah. Amazing. Ah. God, feels so good. Proper frosty bob down here. Proper good frost. Now the road walk. It's crap, innit? Such a shit way to end. They should end it here. Should be something like here. I don't know, like a big arch or anything. Just not walking on the road and then into town. It's a bit shit. But well, it's a glorious morning. Beautiful. Well, what can I say? What an experience, what an adventure, what a roller coaster of emotions. Absolutely amazing. So tough, but what a beautiful morning to finish on. Second time around, completely different, but utterly worthy. Loved every minute. Well, I think I loved every minute of it. But yeah, to be here now is a real proper achievement. So thanks for watching, guys. Ignore what I said back there. This is the end of Loch Lomond. Just made it.